The United Nations warns that climate change on our planet has reached code red. The UN climate report released today says global warming has only accelerated. It says hotter temperatures are likely to produce even more frequent heat waves, drought, and other extreme weather by the 2030s. Scientists say cyclones will also get stronger and wetter, and Arctic ice will melt, raising sea levels. Climate activists point out the report does not offer solutions and says it should prompt people to ask some tough questions of their political leaders.
Like, what do we value? Are we ready to take action to ensure future and present living conditions? So I hope that this can be a wake-up call.
The UN report draws on more than 14,000 scientific studies. It concludes there is no doubt at this point the release of carbon dioxide emissions from human activity is what is to blame for global warming. For more on this report, we're joined now by Dr. Noah Diffenbaugh from Stanford's Department of Earth System Science. Dr. Diffenbaugh, great to have you on here today to break down what this all means for us. We're already experiencing some of the severe effects of global warming right now. We look at the drought, the heat waves, the destructive wildfires here in California that we're seeing. But this report suggests there is still time to stop things from getting even worse. How big of a wake-up call is this?
Well, this report confirms that global warming is happening. It's being caused by human activities, and that the impacts are accelerating. And something we see in this report is the identification of extreme events and the impacts of extreme events that we're feeling, day after day, month after month, year after year, not only here in California, but around the world. And we've had, a real mountain of evidence over the last decade that has made it clear that, global warming and climate change are not just an issue for the long-term future. We're living with the impacts now. It's costing us now, tragically, human life, huge financial costs, and these impacts are going to accelerate. And as the report makes clear, the question now is, how much global warming will we get? And that's something where the window is still open. It's still up to humans. We're clearly causing global warming and climate change, and
Sure.
It will be our actions that determine both the near-term and the long-term future.
The window is open, but obviously closing rapidly. It seems like, based on this UN report, the best case scenario is that starting right now, we rapidly cut greenhouse gas emissions, and warming stabilizes at this 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. Why is that an important figure here in this conversation about reversing the effects of global warming, and what steps need to be taken to make that future our reality?
The reality is that this really isn't a discussion about reversing the effects. This is really a discussion about how bad will the effects get. We've had 1.1 degrees Celsius of global warming already. We'll have greater impacts at 1.5 degrees than at 1.1. We'll have greater impacts at 2 degrees than at 1.5. And if we continue along our current trajectory, then as the report makes clear, we're facing somewhere between 3 and maybe even up to 6 degrees of warming compared to the 1 degree we've already had. So the question now really is how fast will we decarbonize? The Biden administration has a goal of reaching net zero by the mid-century. That California has very ambitious goals that we've had for some time. The EU, China, many countries and many non-state actors have goals of decarbonizing by around the mid-century. Mm-hmm. If we're able to do that, then we'll get more climate change than we've already had, more impacts than we've already had, but less than if we continue along the current trajectory.
It seems like there certainly is kind of this point of no return here, and it's rapidly approaching. The report is obviously a call to action for the global community to reduce carbon emissions here moving forward in a really significant way. I'm curious, as someone who studies these issues here, how optimistic are you that this sort of wake-up call from this report is going to be heard and we are going to see some drastic steps being taken?
Well, I think we've seen as the impacts of particularly extreme events have been intensifying. This is something that we're living with all around the world, and as this report makes clear, global warming is contributing to those impacts. It's accelerating those impacts, and we're likely to face further acceleration in the years ahead. So I think that this report really brings together what many people are experiencing in their daily lives, which is that the climate is becoming more extreme, and we're being impacted in really real ways, at very local levels. And so, if there was any doubt about whether or not the science supported that intuition, this report makes clear that the scientific evidence, has piled up. And we're now in a climate that that's clearly impacting us here and now. And the faster we decarbonize, the less intensification of those changes we'll face.
Yeah, the time to act is right now. Appreciate you coming on to discuss this report. That's Dr. Noah Diffenbaugh with Stanford's Department of Earth System Science. Thanks for doing it.